Hello, my fellow gardeners. This is Gardening with Mel, and I want to thank you for taking the time to join my channel. And to support my channel, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't hurt to hit the subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any of my gardening tips and reviews and reveals of different things that I've done in the garden for our normal suburban backyard gardening. So, today's topic is how to harvest sage. Sage is a perennial herb that's used in a lot of dishes, and I googled a recipe on how to use sage because I want to actually eat the things that I grow in my garden. So now that I have some sage that has grown to, I think, where I can harvest some leaves, I'm going to show you how to harvest the leaves and also still continue to have another harvest later in the season. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Here is my sage that has grown, and the recipe calls for 28 fresh sage leaves. So I need to harvest some leaves from this little small bushel of sage that I have in my herb garden. I have some other things growing in here too as well, but we're going to go ahead and focus on just the sage today. So it says 28 leaves, so I'm going to try to harvest some leaves from one of these because I want the bushel to continue to harvest more leaves. Here on this particular stem, I see some new leaves down here at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's new leaves there. So I want to harvest some of these leaves, larger leaves that are at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and trim those carefully. Try to. There I have a handful there. Set those to the side. We'll pick those up later. I'm going to go and try another stem, this one, and so this way it'll still shoot off some more leaves from the part here. So I want to trim off all of this here, this section. So there we have that. Try a little more here. I'm not sure if there's 28 leaves, but we'll trim a little bit more here. And here. Okay, so now this bush of sage will continue to grow and actually get a little bushier. So it's actually helping by trimming and harvesting continuously to continue to grow more leaves. Now we're going to go ahead and wash our sage. So I'm going to put that in water. This is about 30 or so sage leaves that the recipe, well, it said 28, but I got a little bit more than 28. I know it looks like it's a very little, but that's just what the recipe required. But you know, I'm just following the basic recipe because this is my first time trying this recipe, so I don't know if I have to add anything additional. Sometimes a lot of recipes you just kind of have to add your own little kick to it to make it taste right. So we're gonna let those rinse good in the water, making sure there's no little bugs or anything on there since we just got it out of the garden. And that's how you harvest and clean your sage leaves to prepare for either drying them to to jar them later and season things that require sage, or if you just want fresh sage. This is just how you do it.